It's been about 10 years since we last visited Singapore, and we are so excited to explore this island country's uniquely diverse perspective on food and culture. After a 3-hour flight from Manila, we landed at Changi Airport, just in time for a classic Singaporean lunch with a twist.
Something refreshing. The other option would be the jungle kudago that I really like.
Xiao Ya Tou means little rebel in Chinese, and the inspiration behind the restaurant stems largely from Duxton Hill's notorious past. This particular street, used to be lined with brothels, gambling dens, opium rooms. So we wanted to create a space that keep that notoriety spirit alive, so people can come here, let their hair down, let loose, and just have fun. Is she a real person? No, she's not. It's her rebellious spirit that we hope to embody through our food. So we take a lot of traditional dishes over here and give it our own Asian twist. There are no rules. You can have fun with the games from the past, like childhood games, drinking games.
Whoa.
Lunch is here. So this is the lobster koi kai tea, and here we have the kingfish.
If you find it outside, it's usually with turnip, egg, prawns, and all that.
Okay, enjoy your lunch, guys.
Personally, I was curious to see how much Singapore had changed, especially since the time that I had lived here for 4 years as an art school student. I wanted to rediscover the city where I had first explored the world as a young creative. One of the things that I remember about living in Singapore is how humid it is, so it's really important to take refreshment breaks.
So, what was your go-to drink here before?
I used to love the soursop juice, so let's see if we can find that. There's fresh coconut, mango shaved ice, cut fruit, and sugarcane. It's also interesting they encourage people to bring their own bottle for the juice shop.
Thank you. Best in Bangkok market.
What size is that?
This is medium, so this is $6.50. Just so you know.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
looks so good.
Best.
The Singapore Sling is a gin-based cocktail that was first invented at the Raffles Hotel in 1915. Today, we're taking a cocktail class that playfully reimagines this classic drink. Our Sling's base is Compendium's signature Chendol Gin, crafted with Gula Melaka, pandan leaves, coconut, and juniper, flavors reminiscent of the classic Singaporean shaved ice dessert. Cheers. Our second drink was a Negroni with a base made from jasmine rice.
For me, I want to show off fire and just got the oil inside.
Oh
So
wow.
you make the fire.
Whoa.
Was it stronger?
Thank you for coming to our lovely country, Singapore. First time here or many time here? Whenever you join Android Tour, right, see things with love. Your learning outcome 101% better. One entire block all Chinese, one entire block Malay or Indian. No way. It has to be well mixed. EIP, Ethnic Integration Program, was introduced by HDB, meaning a certain percentage will be allocated for the Chinese, the Malay and the Indian. This is really an issue. Turn on the grid line and open up the widest angle. You stand low.
That's a
So,
nice angle.
yeah, so you can play of depth of field. You can, you see, blur already. Of course, this is a quick one.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Whole mirror. Okay, I'm just do a quick one, yeah. Look. It looks like a museum, a gallery.
Wow.
Am I right to say that? So you need to know how to play with the good contrast. It is a frame within a frame. This is really, really very drama.
It's right there.
Thanks, Master Andros. Never knew I could flip my phone to take a jazzier photo or video angle. Now to try my luck. You know the thing with Singapore, you can see and feel the city's diversity everywhere. From the way buildings merge with markets, with temples. All it takes is a closer look.
The menu at Synthesis is influenced by traditional Chinese wellness, where the healing properties of each ingredient are highlighted, a dining experience that is both nourishing and indulgent.
Our signature cold items is going to be the 3-cup flavored oysters.
Good morning from our hotel in Singapore. It's our first morning here and we're about to go out, visit the National Gallery, walk around Marina Bay. We're so excited. It's super warm outside, but we come prepared. We put on our sunblock and we have a lot of drinks and things, so yeah.
Also loving the tote bag that they gave us. It has some very iconic Singaporean images in it. There's, of course, the chili crab. They have a lot of otters that are indigenous to the city. Merlion, Marina Bay Sands. So yeah, excited to visit a lot of these for the first time on this trip.
Check out this elevator.
Singapore has long been known for its efforts to keep its city as green as possible. Modern initiatives like the sustainable rooftop garden on the 51st floor are an example of how it has elevated this practice.
Thanks, Mr. Joe.
Very nice. You can put a lot. One is open. I see the base is quite big.
Shows up here.
Oh, hey, SCB. Come on in. So, this is the jail room cell. As you can see, this is where the magic happens. Fortunately, we're gonna have to kick you guys out. That's the end. Can't believe they let me keep my film camera in jail.
Let's try this miso cod.
Comes together with the jam lettuce.
Oh, that's amazing.
For the barbecue short rib, wrapped with your lettuce together with the beef and the gochujang sauce. It's like a Korean style.
Short ribs.
So let's try this beef short rib. Supposed to wrap it with some lettuce. I knew it was going to be soft.
Bonsai, molten dark chocolate inside the pot. The pot is made of white chocolate syrup.
There's no normal way to do this.
Oh. It's amazing to think that most of these iconic structures weren't even around when I was a student. I was surprised to see how much of the city's familiar landscape has evolved over the years, how heritage and modernity exist effortlessly in the same space.
The back streets are the real museums of the city. That's why I look at the street art. You get to know Singapore a little better.
Is that your favorite?
So we got a little snack here, the Chinatown Hawker.
What is that?
This is Chi Chong Fan.
Chi Chong Fan.
Okay, I'm gonna explain a little bit with the peanut, and this is without the peanut. Okay, so this is a spring roll, and it's wrapped around what you see here: the cabbage, bean sprout, eggs, and radish, with a very nice thick sauce to sweeten the texture. Another important element is the wrap is usually bread with chili and with a sweet sauce. So it's sweet and savory at the same time. It's like a dumpling, but it's a sweet dumpling in a sweet sauce.
green shimeji mushroom, and some morel mushrooms for the fries.
Supposed to be an apple pie.